You think your enemies are plotting in the dark, gathering in secret rooms to plan your downfall. You imagine them as shadows, waiting for you to slip. But the real spy is not out there. The real traitor is already inside your camp. It is sitting right under your nose. It is your own mouth. Right now, at this very second, you are leaking. You are bleeding power. You are handing over the blueprints of your mind to people who have not earned them. You treat words like they are free, like they are infinite, like they disappear once they hit the air. They don't. In a world of screenshots, audio recordings, and long memories, your words are not disappearing. They are being archived. They are being filed away. Every time you speak to fill the silence. Every time you explain yourself to someone who doesn't matter. Every time you react to a provocation, you are loading a gun and handing it to your opponent. You think you are communicating. In reality, you are arming them. Robert Greene, the architect of power, warned us centuries ago. He knew that the human tongue is the most dangerous beast, because it is the hardest to tame. He saw that men do not get destroyed by what they don't know. They get destroyed by what they say. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. But the one who masters their mouth, they become the trap. They become the wolf. Most people live their entire lives as open books, wondering why others are always reading them, manipulating them, and tearing out the pages. You are here because you are tired of being read. You are here because you want to be the one writing the story. We are going to perform an autopsy on your daily conversations. We are going to look at 7 specific situations, moments you face every single day where your mouth betrays you. These are not obvious mistakes. They are subtle psychological traps designed to make you leak power. By the end of this, you will never speak the same way again. You will understand the terrifying power of silence. But first, you must understand why you have been conditioned to destroy yourself with your own voice. Number 1, the silence vacuum. This is the most common trap, and it is the one that catches the smartest people. You are in a conversation. Maybe it's a negotiation, maybe it's a date, maybe it's a meeting with a superior, and suddenly the conversation stops. Silence hits the room. For 99% of people, this silence feels like physical pain. It feels like a judgment. Your brain evolved to seek social connection interprets this silence as rejection, a signal that you are boring or that something is wrong. The cortisol spikes. The anxiety hums in your chest. So what do? You open your mouth to fix it. You start talking. You add a detail you didn't need to add. You soften your stance. You crack a joke. You offer a concession. You fill the void. And in that moment, you have lost. The person sitting across from you, if they are a predator or simply a negotiator of power, knows exactly what they are doing. They are using the silence vacuum. They know that if they just wait, if they just hold their gaze for 3 seconds longer than is comfortable, you will break. You will bid against yourself. You will reveal the truth you are trying to hide. Police interrogators use this. Therapists use this. Robert Greene leaders use this. They know that human beings are terrified of the void. We equate noise with life and silence with death. So we rush to make noise, but listen closely. The one who breaks the silence first is the one who holds the least power. When you rush to fill the silence, you are signaling 2 things. First, that you are uncomfortable with yourself. You need the external validation of a continuous exchange to feel safe. Second, that you are seeking the approval of the other person. You are performing for them. You are saying, please let me entertain you. Let me inform you. Let me make this comfortable for you. Robert Greene would tell you to let the silence sit. Let it get heavy. Let it get thick. The ability to sit in silence without fidgeting, without speaking, without checking your phone is the ultimate display of dominance. It subcommunicates that you do not need the other person's validation. It shows that you are comfortable in the deep water. Next time the conversation dies, do not resuscitate it. Watch it. Observe the other person. Watch their eyes dart. Watch them shift in their seat. Watch them crack. Let them be the one to spill their secrets to fill the void. Let them be the one to offer you a better deal just to end the tension. Silence is not an empty space. It is a mirror. And when you refuse to break it, you force the other person to look at themselves. Usually they can't handle what they see, so they start talking. And when they talk, you learn. Number 2, the victory lap. Success is a drug. It floods your brain with dopamine. It makes you feel invincible. And when you feel invincible, you become careless. Something goes right. You close the deal. You get the promotion. You figure out a loophole. You lose the weight. The first instinct, the human instinct, is to broadcast. You want witnesses. You want the applause. You want to tell the story of the battle. So, you go to dinner or you go online and you explain exactly how you did it. You break down the strategy. You explain the moves. You talk about the difficulties you overcame. You shine a spotlight on your own competence. You think you are building a reputation. You think you are inspiring people. What you are actually doing is handing out the manual to your own destruction. Robert Greene warned that a prince should never reveal his methods. The moment you explain how you won, you make it impossible to win that way again. You have educated your competition. You have shown your enemies exactly how your mind works. When you brag, you are doing something else too. You are painting a target on your back. Envy is the most silent and deadly emotion in the human spectrum. People will smile at your success. They will click like. They will toast to your victory. But underneath a seed of resentment is planted. Why him and not me? He thinks he's better than us. I could have done that. By vocalizing your win, you trigger the insecurity of everyone around you. You wake up the sleeping wolves. You remind them that they are stagnant while you are moving. And people do not like to be reminded of their own stagnation. The Robert Greene approach is to let the results speak and let your mouth stay shut. When you win, disappear, be vague. How did you pull that off, they ask. Luck, you say, or just a lot of work. Give them nothing. Keep the mechanism hidden. A magician never explains the trick. Not because he is arrogant, but because once the trick is explained, the magic dies and the audience turns hostile. They feel tricked. When you conceal your competence, you remain underestimated. And being underestimated is the greatest strategic advantage you can have. Let them think you are lucky. Let them think you are average. Let them think you stumbled into success. While they are busy dismissing you, you are busy securing the next victory. The truly powerful celebrate in private. They understand that the only person who needs to know the scale of the victory is the one looking in the mirror. Anything else is just ego begging for food. And a fed ego is a sluggish ego. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I win in the dark. Number 3, the anger response. There is a myth that anger is strength. We see it in movies. The protagonist screams, breaks something, delivers a furious monologue, and everyone cowers. In the real world, anger is not strength. Anger is a leak. When someone provokes you, when they insult you, cut you off, lie to you, or question your integrity, your biology screams at you to attack. The amygdala hijacks the brain. The logic center shuts down. You want to hurt them with words. You want to prove you are not a victim. So you explode. You yell. You send the long, furious paragraph via text. You list their failures. You raise your voice. And in that moment, you have become their puppet. If someone can make you lose control of your emotional state with a few words, they own you. They have the remote control to your nervous system. All they have to do is press the button and you dance. Robert Greene knew that an emotional leader is a dead leader. He advised that one must be a cool observer of human nature. When you show anger, you reveal your triggers. You show the world exactly where your soft spots are. You show them what you care about too much. Now your enemies have a map. They know. If I want to distract him, I just mention his past failure. If I want to make him look unstable in front of the boss, I just question his intelligence. You think your rage is intimidating? To a strategist, your rage is hilarious. It is a sign of a lack of discipline. It creates a permanent record of instability. People remember how you made them feel when you were angry far longer than they remember why you were angry. The next time you feel the fire rising in your chest, do not open your mouth. Seal it. Visualize the anger as a ball of energy. Not a weapon to be thrown, but a fuel to be consumed. The most terrifying response to an insult is not a scream. It is a pause, a slow look, a calm question. Are you finished? That is power. That shows that your internal world is not dictated by their external noise. When you refuse to get angry, you deny them the reaction they are craving. You starve their chaos. You must become a mirror, not a sponge. Reflect their behavior back to them without absorbing it. When you respond to aggression with absolute cold calm, you make the aggressor look like a child throwing a tantrum. You elevate your status by lowering your engagement. Remember, he who angers you conquers you. Do not be conquered. Number 4, the liquid confession. There is a specific type of betrayal that happens when the lights go down and the glasses are full. Alcohol, fatigue, the late-night vibe. We have all been there. You are with colleagues or new friends or even a romantic interest. You have had a few drinks. The defenses lower. The social anxiety fades. You feel a warm sense of connection. This is called artificial intimacy, and in this state, your mouth betrays you in the most damaging way possible. You start bonding. Honestly, I hate my boss. I'm actually thinking of leaving the company. My relationship is falling apart. I have this secret fear. I cheated on my taxes. You think you are building trust. You think we are sharing. We are being real. No, you are handing over ammunition. You are confusing the chemical sensation of relaxation with the reality of trust. The person listening to you might be a friend today, but relationships change. Interests shift. The colleague you are drinking with tonight is the same colleague competing for your promotion tomorrow. That secret you spilled about your boss, that is leverage. That weakness you revealed about your marriage, that is a psychological pressure point they can press later. Robert Greene warned that men are fickle. They are driven by self-interest. To rely on their silence is madness. When you give someone a secret, you become their servant. You have to keep them happy because they hold a piece of your destruction in their pocket. The liquid confession is dangerous because it feels so good. We are social animals. We want to be known. But you must learn to distinguish between being known and being exposed. You can be charming without being transparent. You can be fun without being loose. The most charismatic people in the world are often the ones who seem open. Yet when you leave the party, you realize you know absolutely nothing about their private affairs. They gave you their energy, but they kept their data. Be the person who listens. When alcohol flows, other people's mouths open. Let them talk. Let them tell you their secrets. Let them hand you the leverage. Be the vault. Collect the information, but do not trade it. When you wake up the next morning with a clear head, you will have two things: your dignity and their dossier. They will wake up with a headache and the creeping anxiety of what did I say last night. Never put yourself in that position. The cost of bonding is too high if the currency is your privacy. Number 5, the defense mechanism. This is a subtle one, but it destroys your authority instantly. It happens when you are questioned. It happens when you are accused. It happens when someone doubts you. Why did you do it this way? Did you make a mistake? I heard you were late. The instinct is to explain. The instinct is to defend. You want to correct the record. You want to be understood. You launch into a monologue. Well, see, what happened was the traffic was bad, and then I didn't get the email. And I was trying to do this and I thought, that's stop. In the laws of power, the more you explain, the less dominant you appear. There is a French proverb, he who excuses himself accuses himself. When you over-explain, you are validating the other person's authority to judge you. You are accepting the frame that you are in the wrong, and they are the judge. You are dancing for their approval. A king does not explain himself to a peasant. A CEO does not give a 10-minute excuse to an intern. High-status individuals speak briefly. They state the fact and they move on. If you made a mistake, own it. Yes, that was an error. It won't happen again. That is it. No story, no because, no whining. When you strip away the excuses, you demonstrate confidence. You show that you are not afraid of the consequences. You show that you accept reality. Furthermore, when you are falsely accused, over-explaining makes you look guilty. It looks like panic. The innocent do not need to drown the room in words. The innocent state the truth and let it stand. Robert Greene would tell you that your reputation is built on strength, not sympathy. When you try to explain yourself to get sympathy or understanding, you are trading respect for pity. Pity is a useless emotion. Pity gets you fed, but it does not get you followed. Respect gets you a throne. Learn the power of the non-explanation. Why did you do that? Because I decided it was the best course of action. End of sentence. Feel the tension that creates. That tension is respect growing in the room. You are establishing a boundary. You are saying my internal judgment is sufficient. I do not need your external validation. Your actions should be so calculated, so deliberate, that they require no subtitles. Number 6, the competence trap. You are smart. You are skilled. You see problems that other people don't see. So when you see someone doing something wrong or struggling or missing a detail, your mouth opens. You offer unsolicited advice. You jump in to help. You correct them. You show them a better way. You think you are being helpful. You think you are demonstrating value. What you are actually doing is creating enemies and devaluing your own expertise. First, the enemies. Robert Greene knew that men are vain. When you correct someone, especially publicly or especially when they didn't ask, you are not helping them. You are humiliating them. You are signaling, I am smarter than you. You are bruising their ego. They might smile and say thank you, but they will remember the sting of feeling inferior, and they will wait for the moment you slip so they can return the favor. Robert Greene, a student of Machiavelli, calls this never outshine the master, but it applies to peers too. People do not want to be fixed. They want to be validated, unless they explicitly ask for your help. Your advice is interpreted as an attack on their competence. Second, the value. If you give away your expertise for free constantly, nobody values it. Supply and demand. If you are always the one jumping in to fix things, you become the mechanic, not the architect. You become the person who cleans up the mess, not the person who leads the vision. You teach people that your wisdom is cheap. There is a dark power in watching someone make a mistake that you could have prevented. Now, obviously, if the ship is sinking, you save it. But in the day-to-day, let them stumble. Let them fail. Why? Because when they fail, the value of your solution goes up. If you fix it before it breaks, nobody knows it was going to break. You get zero credit. But if you let it break and then you step in and fix it effortlessly, you are a savior. You are a genius. Hold your tongue. Watch the error happen. Wait for the ask. When they come to you defeated, asking for help, that is when you speak. That is when your words have maximum impact. That is when you can negotiate your terms. Your competence is a sword. Keep it in the sheath until it is time to strike. Do not use it to butter bread. Number 7, the promise prison. The final betrayal. The one that mortgages your future. You are under pressure. Someone wants something from you. A boss, a partner, a family member. They are pushing. You want to relieve the tension. You want to make them happy in this moment. So your mouth says, I promise I'll get it done. I'll be there. I'll change. You make a promise to escape the discomfort of the present moment, but you have just built a prison for your future self. Robert Greene observed that people are quick to promise and slow to fulfill, but he also knew that power rests on reputation. If your word is malleable, your power is non-existent. Every time you make a promise, you cannot keep, or a promise that will cost you too much to keep, you are chipping away at your soul. You are creating a Zeigarnik effect, an open loop in your brain that drains your energy. A part of your mind is always anxious knowing you are in debt. And when you break that promise, you prove to the world that you are not a master of reality. You are a dreamer, a liar, a flake. The temptation to overpromise comes from insecurity. We are afraid that if we say no, or I can't, or I'll try, but I can't guarantee it, that we will be rejected. So we lie to buy time. But the bill always comes due, and the interest rate is your integrity. A Robert Greene operator is incredibly stingy with their promises. They hate to bind themselves. They value their flexibility. They know that circumstances change. If you want to be respected, learn to underpromise. Be the person who says, I'm not sure if I can do that. I have to check. And then if you do deliver, it's a bonus. It's a gift. But if you say absolutely 100% and you deliver 99%, you failed. Stop using promises as a social lubricant. Use them as contracts written in blood. If you say you will do it, you must do it even if the sky falls. Because you know this, you will be terrified to give your word. And that is good. You should be terrified. Your word is the only thing you truly own. Do not give it away to make a conversation easier. Be the person whose yes is iron because your yes is rare. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My word is rare. Look at these 7 situations: the silence vacuum, the victory lap, the anger response, the liquid confession, the defense mechanism, the competence trap, the promise prison. These are not just bad habits. They are the architecture of your own subjugation. They are the reasons why you feel drained. They are the reasons why you feel like you are working hard but losing ground. You have been handing your power away syllable by syllable, sentence by sentence. You have been conditioned to believe that the more you talk, the more you exist. That if you are not broadcasting, you are dying. The algorithm tells you to share. Society tells you to speak your truth. The world screams at you to be loud, but the world is lying to you. The world wants you loud so it can consume you. It wants you predictable. It wants you open. The elite, the true players, the outliers, they operate differently. They have entered the realm of silence. They understand that speech is a tool, not a compulsion. They speak only when it moves a piece on the board. If the words do not improve their position, they swallow them. Imagine what would happen to your life if you applied these warnings starting today. Imagine the meeting where you stay silent and everyone else reveals their hand. Imagine the conflict where you stay calm and your opponent looks insane. Imagine the victory you keep secret, building a stack of wins that nobody knows about until it is too late to stop you. You would become a ghost in the machine. You would become a glitch in the matrix of other people's expectations. You would become untouchable. This is not about being cold. It is not about being evil. It is about being sovereign. It is about reclaiming the territory of your own mind. Your mouth is the gate to your soul. If you leave the gate open, do not be surprised when thieves walk in and take everything. Close the gate, raise the bridge, post the guards. Let them wonder what you are thinking. Let them guess what you are planning. Let them speculate. In the vacuum of your silence, they will project their own fears and their own desires onto you. They will make you into a monument. They will make you into a leader, not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't. Robert Greene's final warning is this: everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Keep the really are for the few. Keep the appearance for the many. And let your silence be the bridge between the two. If you're still here, you're not like the others. Subscribe if you haven't.